In this video, we will show you how to replace your EGR valve. Let's get started. Move along to removing the upper engine cover. In the corner along the back, you're going to find a screw that you can remove with a 1/4-inch drive. Let's continue on right over here to the EGR valve. You're going to find that you have these two lines that are held in place with a rubber boot. Use a small prying device and carefully remove the lines from the EGR valve. Go ahead and give that rubber a quick squeeze. Make sure it's soft and pliable and it's not torn, worn, or damaged. Continue on to your electrical connector. You'll find right up along the top where my thumb is, there's a squeeze tab. Squeeze that in and pull off the electrical connector. Give it a quick check for corrosion and set it aside. Now we can start removing the bracket that covers over where the EGR tube goes into the EGR. For this, you'll find that you have two 10mm headed bolts holding it in place. Remove the pair. Remove the bracket. Now we can remove the tube from the EGR valve. We'll use an 1 1/16 wrench. Continue on to the area where you have two 10mm headed bolts holding the EGR valve in place. We'll remove the pair. Remove your EGR valve from the vehicle. The next thing we will do is remove the gasket. Continue on to cleaning and inspecting the area where your gasket and EGR valve is going to sit. Okay friends, let's get ready for our installation. When you do this, you want to make sure you take your EGR valve gasket. Use the raised area and have that facing towards the intake area of the engine itself. We'll go ahead and put the gasket in between this area, slide the EGR valve down over the EGR tube, and now we can start in both of our mounting bolts. Once both of your mounting bolts are started, go ahead and snug them up and then torque them to 18 foot-pounds. Continue on to attaching the EGR tube to the EGR. After you have it started in by hand, snug this up. If you have the ability to, the torque for this is 32 foot-pounds. Otherwise, just make sure that it's nice and snug. Continue on to the electrical connector. Listen for a click, make sure it's secured. Move ahead to the front of the EGR valve and attach your two hoses. Now we can put on our protective bracket. Set the bracket in position. Start in both of your mounting bolts. Once they're both started, snug them up. Now we can put on our engine cover. Along the top of your alternator, you'll find that you have a bracket with two tabs that protrude out. And on the top of the cover, you have two slots for them to fit into. Let's line those up. Line up your upper stud, put on your mounting bolt, and snug it up. Okay friends, we fully installed our EGR valve. At this point, go ahead and start up the vehicle. Let it run. Make sure you don't have an exhaust leak and no check engine light. Aside from that, take it for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. the only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.